Hello to pumpkin spice and everything nice. Welcome here to my channel, Happy Place to Grow. I'm so glad you are back again for some learning fun. Now today we're going to be exploring, I bet you can't even guess what we're going to be talking about. Oh, yeah, pumpkins. Well, it is October. Fall is in the air. Temperature's very crisp and cool. The fall leaves are amazingly bright and beautiful. And you know what I have been seeing everywhere I go, whether I'm driving in the neighborhood or I'm going to the grocery store, I'm seeing pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. So that kind of got my curiosity sparked. I wanted to talk about, read about, think about pumpkins with you. So I was looking through some of my amazing nonfiction books about fall, specifically about pumpkins, and I found this amazing scholastic book about pumpkins. The reason I really like this one too, it's definitely hits the pumpkin facts, but it's short and it's sweet. Now, before we get started, I want you to think about what you already know about pumpkins. Well, yeah, we all know they're orange, but not all pumpkins are orange. Have you noticed in the grocery store, there are some amazingly weird pumpkin shades? I've even seen green, but the one I think is really cool are the white pumpkins. They call those baby boos. Those are pretty interesting. You wouldn't think about a pumpkin being white. Yeah. What else do you know? I know you know a lot, and I do too. But let's do a little pumpkin fact reviewing in this nonfiction book called Pumpkins. Now you can see behind me, I've got a few of my own. I went to the pumpkin patch a few weeks ago and I bought this tall, skinny pumpkin. I think it's pretty unique, so I bought it. I also went to the grocery store and bought a different pumpkin. Both of these pumpkins are pumpkins, but they don't look alike, do they? This one's tall, and the shade is just a little bit lighter orange. This is a deeper orange, and still, we've got this little teeny mini pumpkin. Amazing. Let's find out more about pumpkins. Pumpkins. Fall is pumpkin time. Look on this wagon, there's just a whole bunch of different size pumpkins, different shades of pumpkins. Amazing. Pumpkins grow in a pumpkin patch. Fun fact, pumpkins grow on vines with big leaves. Look at that patch. Look at those plants. Amazing. And there's some kids at a pumpkin patch. Some are big and some are small. Different sizes. And we've even explored that. Different sizes, different colors, different shapes. Who doesn't love a pumpkin? Come on. Now this is what the pumpkin patch looks like in the winter. You know, we've talked about plants, farms. In the winter, plants, the ground, everything's resting. The pumpkin patch is bare in winter. Plants don't really grow well in the winter because it's cold, so everything's at rest, waiting for the next season, spring. Let's see what the pumpkin plant looks like in the patch in the spring. Ah, the dirt is dug up. Farmer is doing something. Let's find out. The farmer plants the pumpkin seeds in spring. So pumpkin seeds are placed in the ground in spring so they can grow into the plants that grow the pumpkins. Amazing. Hey, there's a fun fact. It says the seeds come from inside the plant. And of course, you know that you can eat pumpkin seeds. They have to be roasted, but so there's lots of good things about pumpkins. Well, let's see what happens next once the seeds get in the ground. The pumpkin plants grow flowers in the summer. I think pumpkin flowers are so beautiful. They're big and they're just such a pretty shade of yellow. Beautiful. Let's see what happens next. The flowers grow into pumpkins in the fall. So over the course of the summer, the flower is going to die, kind of like that apple that we talked about. It starts out as a flower. When the flower dies, underneath it, baby pumpkin. Amazing. Says fun fact. A pumpkin is a fruit. What? A pumpkin's a fruit, not a vegetable. I've always thought that pumpkins were vegetables until I read this book and I did a little more research, because foods that grow from flowers are considered fruits. So even though these don't look like the typical fruit like an apple, like you could bite into it, they are. Well, that's a good fact that we've learned today. Let's keep exploring pumpkin facts. Pumpkins turn orange. So throughout the summer, they're growing, and then they're turning orange because they start out, the first color they are is green. That's when they're not ripe. But that sunshine and that warmth in the summer is going to help the pumpkins grow larger and larger and give them their beautiful color. And soon, in fall, they are ripe. Fun fact, pumpkins take 4 months to grow from seeds to ripe pumpkins. So they need a lot of time to grow. Amazing. Some pumpkins go to markets. You can go to the grocery store, thankfully, and buy a pumpkin if you need to. Or if you're lucky, maybe you can go to a pumpkin patch or a pumpkin farm and you can pick your own, because you can take them home right from the pumpkin patch. You might have already done that with your class and your classmates and your teacher. That would be an awesome field trip. Fun fact, people roast pumpkin seeds for a tasty snack. I love pumpkin seeds. They're crunchy and delicious. You should try them this fall if you've not already tried them. Hey, maybe you don't love pumpkin seeds, but who doesn't love pumpkin pie? It's almost Halloween, but we'll definitely be enjoying pumpkin pie even in the month of November for Thanksgiving. Do you like pumpkin pie? I do. Here's what's coming up next with pumpkins. Maybe you've already done this. People carve pumpkins. It says, fun fact, pumpkins make good jack-o'-lanterns. Wow, we learned so much about pumpkins. Happy pumpkin time, and it's almost time for happy pumpkin time. Now, before we close up this short video, I wanted you to take a look at my pumpkin. This is the outside. In my next video, we're going to go inside a pumpkin. We're going to cut this baby open. We're going to see what's on the inside, and we're going to be making a jack-o'-lantern face together. So you're going to want to check out video number 2 of all things pumpkin-y. But let's take a look at the outside because we've learned some facts about a pumpkin. Of course, we've learned that they grow on vines. This was the vine. You know, the vines are very thick, so the farmer has to use a very sharp tool to cut the pumpkin off the vine. When you're getting your pumpkin, if you've not already got it, make sure it has a stem. It's really important that you have the stem, because how are you going to get it open if you don't have a stem? Now, if we're looking at the outside, this is the skin. It's very hard. And I wanted to show you where it was sitting in the patch. This pumpkin was sitting in the patch. It was laying on the ground like this, so it's got a mark from the ground where it was laying. Maybe that's why it's sort of a little lopsided. And then on this side, what do you think was right here? The flower, you're right. That's where the flower was. And the little baby pumpkin started growing behind it. And that's where it was attached to the vine. Cool. Now, we're going to keep on exploring pumpkins together. I've got my pumpkin carving kit. I've got my pumpkin tools in this bucket. So I want you to join me for my next video because we're going to be reviewing pumpkin facts and then we're going to do some carving. All right, scientists, pumpkin explorers, nonfiction learners, until our jack-o'-lantern time together, as always, have a pumpkin spice one.